Alright, what's going on everyone out there on YouTube? NES Ruler, and welcome to a brand new review. This time around we'll be checking out another film that was sent to me review by Arrow Films, and you can pick this up right now on Blu-ray at all your favorite online retailers. It is a film from 1978. It is a made-for-TV Carrie Rip-off, if you want to call it, and that is The Initiation of Sarah. So yeah, like I said, this is a total Carrie Rip-off, made-for-TV, so you know, TV at that time, late 70s, you're totally not going to get what you get today on TV. I feel like we are in such a different time of television, even from when I was a kid, especially on cable. You know, watching the first season of the Chucky show, you know, you start to hear things that you would never picture to hear on cable, even when I was a kid. So, you know, even in the late 70s, you start to see that. It was still basically a clean, wholesome kind of medium. So, The Initiation of Sarah, like I said, it's a Carrie ripoff. We follow these two sisters, Sarah and Patty. And Sarah is a, you know, she's adopted. We don't know why. We don't know if her mother had superpowers or anything like that. It kind of is talked about a little bit. It's kind of hinted at. But I really don't go there about where Sarah gets these telepathic powers. So we follow Sarah and Patty. Patty's like the popular person, you know, everybody wants to be friends with her. And Sarah is the outcast Carrie kind of character. And they're at the age where they go away to college. And they're joining fraternities, or sororities, sorry. They're joining sororities. And, you know, Patty gets chosen to be in the popular one with all the good-looking girls and all the popular girls and all that. And Sarah fits in with this other sorority, which is filled with the bookworms of the campus, if you want to say. And the house mother of this sorority is played by Shelley Winters. Yeah, sorry, I made sure. Shelley Winters, and she is... she's very weird in this movie. She is a very interesting character. You know, she was a huge movie star in the 50s and the 60s, and towards the end of the late 70s, she started popping up in these weird horror movies. And she is a very weird, interesting character in this movie. You could tell she's probably a little bit drunk when she was making this movie, but it kind of adds to her charm. But she plays like the head mother of this outbeat sorority, and she's a satanic follower, and she basically tries to use Sarah's telepathic powers to her advantage to take down this other sorority which her sister's part of, and they have like a rivalry and things like that. And that's basically about it. Along the way, Sarah has this love interest from this teacher's assistant. And it's just a battle between Patty having to basically go against her sister, because they've always been so close. It's Patty having to, you know, try to follow these new popular sorority sisters and forget her own sister, who's part of this rival outcast sorority. And that's basically about it. There's not much really happening until the end of the film, where it all accumulates into once again, a pretty similar Carrie kind of ending. Lots of similarities in this movie to Carrie. Came out 2 years later. Of course, Carrie came out in 76. This came out in 78. So the fact that it was still riding the Carrie train 2 years later, I just think shows how important and popular that movie was. But like I said, you're not going to get any gore or anything over the top with this movie. No nudity or anything like that. It's a pretty basic, slow burn, made-for-TV film of the late 70s. And that's totally fine. You know, I love these made-for-TV films from that time period, because they just have they have to rely on having good writing and at least interesting enough characters that you don't lose interest, because you don't have any of the gore or anything like that. You just have to come up with a pretty basic story that is able to hold your interest. And I think everybody does a pretty good job in this movie. All the acting is quite okay. Even the popular sorority girls, who are usually just write-off characters, I feel they actually do okay in this movie. They're actually not that bad. And this script was actually co-written by Tom Holland, of course, who went on to make Child's Play and Fright Night and other horror classics that we all know and love. So to see a film, you know, this was 78, so, you know, this was clearly before Child's Play, 10 years before Child's Play, and a couple years before Fright Night. So it is it's interesting to see how he developed as a screenwriter, and he's always been somebody who's able to write interesting characters. I mean, he's created one of the most popular franchises ever with Child's Play. So it's interesting to watch where he got his start. So the transfer on this film is really, really solid. This was released on DVD, I don't know, a couple years ago from Scream Factory, but this is a brand new 2K restoration from a 2K restoration from a 4K transfer from Arrow. It looks really, really good. Probably the best this movie's ever going to look for a TV film. It looks really, really solid. One of the better Arrow transfers that I've had the privilege to talk to you guys with so far. I was really surprised. It looked really good. Of course, it's 4:3 because it was made for TV, but it still looks really, really good. You just got a 1.0 mono track on this, which makes sense. It was made for TV. You're not going to get anything, amazing or anything like that. But a boatload of features on this new auto commentary track by a TV movie expert. A brand new appreciation by a film critic who talks about this movie and its impact and things like that. A visual essay by a film critic, which this is a pretty feminist based film. There's not a lot of male characters. It's purely driven by female characters. So I can understand why that is on here. And then a brand new interview with Tom Holland that talks about his first writing credit, which was this movie. So it's a pretty good release. Lots of interesting features. I highly recommend that feature from Tom Holland. It's interesting to hear him talk about how this movie came to be, especially since Mr. Holland's getting up there in age. The fact that we have that on here now to hear him talk about his first writing credits is pretty nice. So with your package, you get your usual package. You get your Blu-ray, you get your reverse cover art from Arrow, and you got a booklet. This booklet, it's about 25 pages, so it's a pretty good lengthy booklet from these standard Arrow releases. Like I said, it talks about feminists and supernatural things and other things. So it's a pretty interesting read. If you guys pick up this release, I recommend that you dig into that. So The Initiation of Sarah, it's a pretty interesting TV film. I actually didn't get bored by it, and I actually quite enjoyed it. So I think it's worth a watch if you like Carrie Rip-offs and you like TV movies that are slow. You're not going to get anything amazing with the gore or anything like that. But if you appreciate a good story, then you probably will like The Initiation of Sarah. So yeah, that is my review. Like I said, you can pick this up right now on Blu-ray from Arrow. So that is my review of The Initiation of Sarah. Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESWorld22. Thank you again, everybody, and I shall talk to you guys soon. See you guys.